guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Casey, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to reinvent yourself that drives success. Have you ever wanted to reinvent yourself? Well, got news for you. Here are 8 steps that are guaranteed to make you feel your absolute best, whether that be physical, mental, spiritual, you name it. We got you covered. When I think about reinventing myself, I think about what I want in the future. Honestly, I feel so proud of how far I have come these last couple of years. Throughout the years of finding myself, through the changes of hair, relationship, kids, etc., I've accumulated a few tips and tricks and secrets to make your life, that also made my life, so much more simpler and one that I am so proud of. I hope that this too will also give you the ability to realize that, yeah, I too can make a difference in my life, regardless of where I am and regardless of what age, I promise. Without further ado, let's hop right in. I have 8 best tips and tricks on how to reinvent yourself successfully. First one is mindset. Everything begins and ends with what is in your headspace. You are the reality in which you think. It is so important to be able to map out the craziness in your brain. This requires us to sit in complete silence at times. Meditation is so useful in times like this. It can help calm your nerves and allow your brain to open up doors that might be closed to new things. You want to change, right? Well, you can't do that if you are too uptight and cannot release your grip on life. Journaling is also another great tool to use to also understand your mindset. At times, I feel like we have a hard time speaking up or putting our thoughts to words, but a pen and paper can also help with this problem. I have been journaling since I was 9 years old, and looking back at my progress is motivational, as I know that I have grown and reinvented myself many a times. P.S. Also, a mentor is also something you should also look into. Number 2, how are you speaking to yourself? What are the words you are saying when you mess up? Are they mean, nasty? Are they motivational? Do you speak light into your ears? Manifestation is something that we all do without even knowing. Be careful what you allow to leave your head to your lips. It could come true and can hold you back from finding that new you were seeking. You have to take time to understand the voice inside of your head. If it's not nice to us, it's time for us to give them the book and kick them straight where the sun don't shine. Goodbye. Finding a way to balance positive and a realistic voice isn't something that happens overnight. You need to be your biggest cheerleader, but you should also know when something isn't right for you. Reinventing ourselves involves getting to know the new you and understanding what that person needs to be motivated. Number 3 is reflect. When was the last time you sat in your truth? Reflecting and understanding yourself go hand in hand. Why do you want this change? Are you changing for you? Are you changing for somebody else? You have to learn to be comfortable to sit in your failures before you can move on to the next journey. Growth doesn't happen in denial. It happens in acceptance. To start fresh, you need to understand your faults now so that later on, you don't have to bring them with you. A new chapter will not feel different if you're still carrying the same unresolved burdens. Take the time to acknowledge where you went wrong, not to punish yourself, but to learn. The lessons learned in your missteps would be the very thing to push you forward and make you a better and stronger version of who you are. Number 4, define your vision. This is a perfect opportunity for you to look into what you are reading, what you are listening to, whether that be books, movies, shows, podcasts, etc., the content you consume. This all shapes your mind whether you realize it or not. I always say, if your goal is to be a better mom, why not fully engulf yourself in books that reflect just that? Reading parenting guides, listening to mom-focused podcasts, and follow creators that also show valuable parenting insight. Another example, if you want to dress better, follow more content creators whose styles matches what you were looking for. Watch fashion videos, learn about color coordination, start curating a wardrobe that aligns with your vision. So much of what we take in will affect our progress in life. If you surround yourself with inspiration that aligns with your goal, you will naturally start moving in that direction. Be intentional about what you allow into your space. Your growth depends on it. Number 5, learn something new. What better way to show that you are reinventing yourself than to learn a new trick? If you want to look more of, like, for example, if you want to look more athletic, take a Pilates class. Gymnastics. I took gymnastics at my age, I think all the way up until I was about 23, I was in gymnastics. Another thing is learn a new language, cooking, riding a bike, driving, etc. There's so many things you can look into that would be so beneficial, not just to you, but to your journey. I started a blog because I wanted to see a whole new world outside of mine. And look at me now, successful. The only advice I will give you is to make sure that you're retaining what you are learning. Don't make it a pick it up and drop it leisure activity. Remember, this is all about finding ourselves and developing a new sense of self. Number 6, change your environment. I am the queen of removing and adding things to my life. When I was a teenager, my room never looked the same because of how much I enjoyed the feeling of having my room rearranged. Now, as an adult, I clean my room by decluttering, because my back doesn't work the same, but still gives off the same exact vibe. Don't just stop at your room. Go through your phone. Delete old contacts. Delete apps that you are no longer using. Stop following pages that have no substance to your growth. I promise they won't care if you unfollow them. And then we have jobs, friends, family. They are a little bit harder to deactivate. But if the people you have in your inner circle do more harm than help in your new life, you should consider making some tight boundaries. People outgrow each other. It is normal. We all are just trying to do our best. Number 7, develop new habits. By reading this, you are already developing new skills. And here is a list of habits you can pick up. I will now put that on the screen because there's a whole lot and I will read that off. So the first section is emotional. This can include daily gratitudes, journaling, emotional check-ins, set boundaries, self-compassion. Next one is physical. Daily walk, strength and training, hydration goals, morning stretching, screen-free evenings. Next goal, mental, mindful breathing, brain-boosting activities, social mental detox, focus boxes, and affirmation. Spiritual, morning stillness, daily prayer or reflection, whichever one floats your boat, nature time, service to others, and mindful eating. Relationships, daily check-ins, tech-free meals, love language, planned quality time, and active listening. These are all things that I use in my life. They would be very, very benefit to you to use in yours when you were trying to reinvent your whole. I must be talking a lot because my computer just died and I'm literally almost done. So let's wrap this up. All of those that I mentioned before are things that I use to change up, to switch up, to try something new. They are great tips. You do not have to try them all. Try a little bit by little, see what works for you, and then move on from there. Last one, start a new consistency. Personally, I believe that starting goals and creating a new routine is so exciting. The best thing you can do is to make sure you are keeping up with your side of the bargain to this new life. Be consistent. Be consistent. No one is going to make you change but yourself. Eliminate any distractions now. All right, that's all that I have for this video. Please like, comment, share if you are kind enough to do so. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. On top of that, if you haven't followed me on any of my other social medias, please go and do that. I have Instagram, I have my blog if you would rather see, and on top of that, view my content. I will map that down below. Can't think of anything else. You can follow me on Threads. Threads is another place that I'm also active on. If you want to see different content from me, please comment that also down below. I love getting feedback. On top of that, can't think of anything. Lately, I have felt so overwhelmed because there's just so much going on. And I feel like YouTube has become my safe place, my safe haven. Like, I feel seen, I feel heard, and I just love this place. And I think that's mainly because of the community that I am building with you guys. And I'm just so grateful for that. This month, we have a lot of new content. It'll be a little bit more organized and not as sporadic as it has been in the past. Right now I'm just talking because I like to hear the sound of my voice, and I'm guessing since if you're still here you probably like the sound of my voice. But I hope you enjoyed this video, like I said, and I'll see you next time at the next video. Bye.